Az126. Today we are presenting J Reid Prime from Prime Society. Alright, so first of all, this is the first time on the show. So really just, you got anything you really need to plug? Anybody you want to say what's up to, shout out to? Get that out the way.
Nah, no shout outs.
No shout outs.
No shout outs at all.
Yeah, it's him and the manager in the group.
Shout out to Drew over there.
There we go. Well, how long have you been making music, dog?
I've been making music since I was, before I could, consciously think for myself. My mom put me in like music school when I was 3.
Just out there like making beats with your hands, drums and stuff like that.
I was. She put me in a classical piano when I was 3, and then my dad was a pastor, so I was raised in the church. So then I was playing. My brother played. He was a better pianist than me.
Yeah.
So.
I know it's a weird word, man, because me and my brother used to play piano too.
Yeah, so he would play piano in the church, and I played drums. So then I started playing drums when I was like 9, and then I think when I was around 12, I started playing guitar.
Yeah.
But I played in like...
Oh, so it's like all kinds of instruments, man, like all of them.
Exactly. So I played like gospel. Because I'm classically trained in piano.
Yeah.
But then I played in like... I had this phase where I liked like rock music and like punk music. So I played in like a punk rock band. I played like an alternative rock band, and then played in like a blues band.
Yeah, because it was just music.
Yeah, a little bit through high school when I just started playing guitar primarily,
Yeah.
So I started playing in a blues band, and that was pretty sick. And then I just wanted to make money. And
what other instruments they have in that blues band?
It was guitar. It was me on guitar, Hannah on bass, Serena on vocals, and my friend Marcus on drums.
Oh damn! So there's some girls in there, like with them.
Yeah,
okay,
so it was 2 girls.
Give
2
you
guys.
the blues when they sing it.
Yeah, it was sick. And the thing is, like, I would write the music like top to bottom. I'd write the bass part, the drum part, the guitar part, and I'd write the vocals, and then it still wouldn't come out how I wanted it to come out. Not that it was bad or anything, but of course, like, people are gonna do things differently. Yeah. So then I just said, I'm just gonna.
Especially younger, you got a lot of people.
Exactly. So I was like,
real linear with their.
I'm gonna do my own thing. So then I just started doing hip hop, and I started producing with like beats for the first time.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Yeah, it was a lot different than playing instruments, but I got a hold of it, and then so that actually took off because like I had been trying to take off, but when I started doing hip hop, it actually like immediately started taking off a lot faster than everything else. So,
well, I think it's just Phoenix as a whole. I have somebody I'm supposed to follow up with to try to do an interview, and I'm thinking they're making rock music, if not country music. I haven't really looked into them so far. I just heard about them from work. But I don't know. I went through a phase too where I used to listen to like a lot of rock music, just all kinds of music. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's music. But I think it's like you need to have some kind of balance.
Yeah.
Because when you listen to like I'm not even gonna say the greatest. When you listen to people out there making music right now, they're over there listening to classic rock songs, like those ones from the '80s that you could have a drop back car, those cocaine music. That's what I call it.
Exactly. So yeah, definitely have to have a balance because like if hip hop shit goes down the drain, like this whole like trap phase and whatever, then I know I can still prosper, like, or you can still do other things, or you can still just create things other than the fads that are going on right now.
The fads right now.
The waves
definitely is trap phase.
Yeah. Not that it's bad. I love some trap music.
Oh yeah.
It's just that we all know waves go up and down, and sooner or later it's gonna go down, and then the next wave's gonna come up.
Like 10 years ago, I think it was like a lot of East Coast beats. Like
exactly, yeah. Like a blood boom bag and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's definitely gonna change. So just knowing that I have that background and kind of got all that practice, even though it was frustrating because like all I wanted to do was prosper on my own. Even though it was frustrating, like it's nice now that I know I have the training to do something other than just this, what I'm doing.
That's eclectic, man. You got all the instruments all up in there. brass, percussion, stuff like that. Like I said, me and my brother used to play piano. Like, how was piano for you?
Well, I mean, it was my first instrument, so I really started playing when I was like 2.5. I would have to say like 2.5, 3.
Yeah.
That's where I learned. I learned how to write music, read music. I learned like all the music theory, and even now, like for guitar, and guitar's like I would say that's my main instrument right now. Even if I needed help with guitar chords or knowing where the notes are on the fretboard, I would still refer to piano. So it's just like kind of like my home base. You know what I mean? So
I know what you mean, because I can't read the music anymore if I just look at a sheet of paper. But if I look at it long enough, if you give me about half an hour, I could get the song down.
Yeah.
But it was just back in the day, my dad used to say one thing: you're gonna want to play piano because women love piano. But at the time, I was 7, and I had to do a half hour of practice every day after school.
Man.
And that's when Dragon Ball Z was coming on, man. Like, that was the Toonami era. That's like when you went home and that stuff was on, you didn't want to do nothing else.
Mine was worse than that. Even though I was the same way, I didn't want to do it, man. I hated it so much because I had to go to school 5 days a week.
Yeah.
In Phoenix, right? Because we was little. I had to go to school, and then after school, my mom worked at the school, and my school got out at 4.
Yeah.
So it got out late as hell.
Yeah, wait, 4.
Yeah.
I ain't never been to a school get out at 4.
Exactly. So my school, we went from 9 to 4, so we get out at 4. But then my mom was always, still working after getting everything done. So I'd leave maybe school around 6:30, and then it was 30 to 45 minutes to get home. I get home at 7 or 8, and I'd have to do, because I wouldn't do my homework after school. I'd just be like fucking around on the computers or something.
Yeah, because you don't want to do your homework
in
after like that 12-hour day. You
exactly.
Just had.
Or in GarageBand or something, just messing around with music, even at that age. Get home and my mom make me practice for like an hour. Get up early in the morning and practice for an hour. Like, it never failed. That's all I had to do. So
damn.
Yeah.
That is a long day. So you skipped that whole Toonami block then.
I
from
still
3 to 5. You wasn't even home.
Nah, I was not home. When I was little before school, I watched it. But other than that, nah.
All right, hold up. These dogs acting ass right now. All right, but then I don't think it's you then. I think it's Infinite. Is that what you say? Infinite?
Yeah, Infinite, yeah.
Okay, he makes a lot of Dragon Ball Z, like, puns and stuff, and that's what was making me think, like, do you guys, because that's definitely, like, a generational thing, what I said was, like, that Toonami era, just going home, stuff like that, watching it. Do you guys think that you guys are making music necessarily for a certain age group? Or, like, people that went through your stuff, or do you think, right now in this point, you're just kind of making music to see, what's gonna catch your own ear, not really their ear.
Yeah, I would have to say to catch my own ear, because you're gonna make things that people are gonna like. Of course you're going to, because you're gonna want to please the people that are listening to your music. But at the same time, people want to hear what you want. You know what I mean? Like you need to be yourself. That's why they're listening to you in the first place. So I know Miles Infinite, my brother, he's a nerd when it comes to all that stuff. So he's all up in like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, he probably up there giving the hands then.
Yeah, and Pokemon and that dude. Yeah, that dude's a mad nerd. So he was.
He got some wordplay though. I've been listening to his raps. He got some good wordplay.
Yeah, he's sick. He definitely has some sick lyrics.
Yeah, man. Well, shout out to the nerds then. I'm right there with you. That was my shit back in the day.
Yeah,
probably still is.
We watched Dragon Ball Z a lot when we were little, man. Like, I like Dragon Ball. I think the most is the little.
The younger ones.
Yeah,
back when they had the tournaments and they were flipping and kicking.
Just because they're little, I like that. Like it's
before
cool.
there was all the disappearing
exactly,
and stuff. And
yeah.
I feel
it kind of like scared me when I got older, so it's like
where's this going?
It was too intense. So, yeah, but he makes a lot of references to Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, just all that other stuff. He's really into that, but.
Yeah, well, I guess since we're talking about them, who else is in Prime Society?
Well, I know just as far as the artists, it's me, Nick, Gonzabelli, Casey, and Infinite. It's just us 4 right now. we're not doing anything too crazy.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we have like a lot of people who work behind the scenes. Of course, like Drew, and then like other managers and other people who like deal with business, deal with the shirts, and deal with like merchandise and things like that. Like, you know, so.
Oh yeah, if you're trying to get in contact with J Reid, you need to talk to Drew.
You need to talk to Drew.
He'll get you where you need to go.
Yeah, the people. It's just more or less trying to keep the business up.
Yeah.
Doing shows, and not like forcing things. Just don't force anything. Don't force the merchandise. Don't force the music to come out.
Yeah.
Don't force anything. Like you wanna come up as quick as possible, but you want things to be as best as possible.
Yeah.
You know. So I've scrapped plenty of projects. I've scrapped like plenty of songs, plenty of shirt ideas, just because we want to do things the right way. So, you know.
It sounds like you guys got like a real like camaraderie, like a real good group going, because I know there's a lot of people who eventually they get tired, like, no, we gotta put this stuff out, like no matter what it looks like.
Yeah, that would be like that's me of the group. Because,
I've done that a couple times with myself.
Yeah, if like Nick or Casey aren't working, or if I think they're not working, I'd be like, hey, what's going on with you guys? I'll just get on their case, they'll get pissed off at me, but like,
that's family.
Yeah, but even I'm slow compared to like the rate that dudes be putting out music and videos nowadays, you know. So even I work slow.
Yeah,
you know.
I always there was a long time where I wasn't watching music videos at all. I think I more started watching them when I was watching like a lot of you guys, like a lot of local artists, because when I'm watching something like, say, MTV don't show music anymore. Like, let's say I'm watching one of those 1,000 channels, and they got a music video on. You can pretty much tell where the music video gonna go. They all the same, but when you got like a hometown feel, you get to see the stuff around your city. You get to see the places you've been. You get to see this. Yeah,
that's why at the same time, like I don't have any videos out currently. Like I had music videos and I just deleted them because. If I'm gonna do something the same, then there's no point in me doing this. You know, I might as well be stuck in an office working 9 to 5.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be doing the same thing as the person next to me, so the whole point is trying to do something different. So as soon as like we can get the ideas and resources to come out with great videos, I know like Nick has great ideas, but it's just like all about resources, timing, getting things together so you can make something that people haven't seen before, man. When you watch a video and every video that's ever been great is a video that has a concept that no one's seen before.
It's an original video.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you've never seen a video that's a classic of a bunch of niggas in the street falling on over each other, pouring 40 bottles on the sidewalk.
Half of them ain't got a shirt on, maybe.
Like
shirt on, like
pulling straps out and fucking like that shit is never gonna be a classic. So like, I could have 100 of those, but what's gonna be special about it, you know?
I feel you. It's like with that kind of music video, it's really the song.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the beat.
Yeah. Those beats go. It's like the trap beats, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just go in.
But that's the shit. Like a lot of times with a lot of these trap beats, if you listen to it like back like when I used to party, maybe even if they put it on at the club, sometimes I just want to be like, turn the lyrics off, just play this shit so I can get it. I know I can still feel this with the lyrics, but I don't know. There's a thing with some of these songs, even these radio songs that we call them like trap beats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
10 years from now, they put that shit on the radio, everybody's still gonna be jumping.
Yeah.
They're still gonna be jumping to 2 phones. They're still gonna be to really, really. And I think at a time, I thought that that's what it was. Like the radio rap is where it's supposed to be, but how do you feel about the music that you're making now and how it affects you and like how people see you as a musician nowadays, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, to be honest, man, I just want people to know that like the only reason that I even do lyrics on my music is because I need people to know that I'm making this music. Yeah. Like the music behind the voice, not just the voice, you know? Yeah. So
a lot of money's in production.
So I need people to know, like, or I want people to know that, hey, like if you hear guitar, it's either me or Alex playing guitar. Or, like if you hear drums, like I'm doing that with my own like drum set. Yeah. You know, like things like that. If you hear piano, like I played that piano part. That's mainly the reason that like I even put lyrics to my stuff. So when people see me, I kind of just like, even when like the comparisons come of like people around me, like hip hop artists around me.
Yeah.
You know, comparisons or whatever. I don't get mad at them. I just need people to know that it's just not rap. Like it's just not hip hop. And you know, everyone says that it's just not rap. It's just not this. But no, it's really just me. I love playing instruments. That's my thing. So if I'm good at one thing, if you're gonna judge me on one thing, I want to be judged on the music that's behind the words, even though I want the words to mean something as well. You know?
I know what you mean. You're not saying it's not just rap like this is another level type thing. You're saying it's not just rap like if they trash rap right now, you would still be making music, just another way.
Exactly. And so even the trap beats, I made plenty of trap beats and sold those on. So it's just like, just trying to get out with making the music is really what's really important. Is making everything behind the voice. That's very important.
I actually spoke about this, I think, with maybe my second episode with JG about when people actually make. See, I could be doing that DJ Vlad thing right now where I have the clip. When people actually go out and make their own beats, make it with the trumpets, I don't know why I keep saying trumpets, the guitars, the drums and stuff themselves, there's definitely a higher sense of quality in that kind of stuff. But then again, there's not saying that other stuff can't have quality in them as well. It's just in this one specific bracket where the instruments are real, that's where you can really hear the tones and stuff like that. Like I was listening to Buick, I think, and that's a real jazzy feel, and I was feeling that.
I did all those instruments. Besides the solo in the middle, Alex did half, and then I did half of the other one. But other than that, all the instruments in there are me, and like, just okay. How would you feel if you were an artist, like, you know what I mean, like, and there's not a lot of great lyrical artists that are our age because they're mostly involved in the trap scene. That's fine. But how would you feel if you're that artist and you're not making any of your beats, you're just getting beats sent to you by producers, or you're just getting beats sent to you, or you're downloading them off YouTube and rapping over them? Like, are you, like, that's cool and all, but like, how much better would you feel if you made that beat and spent time on that beat and edited the drums and you put reverb on the hi-hats and, you know what I mean, like, and reverb on the cymbals and gated the bass? Like, how would you feel if you did that and then you got to rap over it? You know what I mean?
It definitely does put a stall on production.
Yeah.
Like, it definitely slows it up, but in the end, it's like a yearbook.
Yeah, because
it's like you go back and it's like, I remember this point when I made this kind of shit.
Yeah, I can happily say that, like, on my last project, internet stuff, download it. Is
tell them where to find it.
Soundcloud.com/Prime Society. Should send you to the link. It's free.
We're gonna have the links in the description too, so don't worry about
all
that.
All over the screen, whatever.
Yeah.
But I can say that, like, that project, I produced every track on there besides Best Friends, which DPVO did, one of my good friends, and then Miles helped me with Habit. So, and even both of those beats, I co-produced both of them.
Yeah.
So that's just a lot more assuring. Even if it doesn't blow up, you know what I mean? It's a lot more assuring when you make the music, when it's just your full project. Because if a song blew up, I don't have to question if it's the beat that Drew made that is why people like it, or if it's my lyrics. If my song blows up, I made the whole song.
DJ Khaled makes a lot of money. Producers make a lot of money.
Exactly. So
it's like you can rap over it, but if it's over their beat, they still have the rights to it unless you sign it over.
So if anything blows up, I know that it is based on, like, the efforts of me, not based on maybe people just like this because of, you know, the sick ass beat that someone else sent to me.
Yeah.
So,
and at the end of the day, it's not that a beat that somebody sends to you is bad. It's just they will never fully understand you as a person, like you creating something from your own energy.
You get your own feel from, like, you can make what you want. If you're feeling sad or depressed or, like, you know, whatever, like, you just want to make some dark ass shit, then you can put some dark chords on there and just be like, you know what, I'm going to turn this major into a minor. Instead of just being like, hey, producer, make me something that feels dark. or even sitting in there with them isn't the same as your mind going and making something yourself, you know. So
I've never bought a beat to rap on. Of course, I freestyle like all the time with my brother, just like, you know, because it's something to do. But a lot of times when I hear these beats, I'm like, these are good like intro beats or outro beats to videos and stuff like that. And I think it's just because I didn't make it myself. Yeah. My brother, he just got one of those mixers, so he just started messing around, like making his own beats.
Did you get a like a beat pad?
Yeah, I just forget what it's called. It's got some Japanese name on the top. But he's just been messing with it, and it's like the most simplistic beat, but you're not lying when you say when you're making it yourself, your head's bumping harder, your shoulders are going with it.
It's your emotion, and then if you put any words over that, or someone puts other words over that, then it's you. It's the music that controls the feel, not the words, because the words just complement the music. The music controls the feel and the emotion of the song. So whatever emotion you're in, you can control that with the music when you're producing. So I completely understand what you're saying.
Damn, I was gonna say something about this earlier, but I'll get back to it. What I wanted to know is just like, do you have a lot of experiences with any other Arizona rappers in general besides your group?
I mean, I've worked with plenty of artists. I think my favorite right now, Sonny from Mars. He's one of my favorites.
Sonny from Mars? That's an original name. I haven't heard that.
Yeah, he's sick as fuck. I know. Well, I used to work with like DPVO, which is Dante Payton. He's super talented. Like John Hill. I think it's Julius the King is his name. Of course Damon Logan. We were talking about him earlier. Yeah. I love it. Like his style is sick. I love his style.
His style for me screams just like. For me personally, when I listen to his music, when I see his music videos, what was his last? I saw one like Antoinette or something like that. Mm-hmm. It just screamed. It just screamed like '90s kid. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
like, what am I doing right now? Where am I supposed to be going? And that's like a real element to life that people are dealing with. Yeah, like people going to college, coming back and being like, well. Now what?
Yeah.
You owe $30K, but what are you gonna do? You don't got a job.
Exactly. So yeah, he definitely gives a real life feel. I've worked with Dan Lewis. He's cool. Envy from AZ. Devontae, he's sick. Cam, I've worked with Cam. He's still in high school.
Yeah. So these people are out there. It's just like they're just not being publicized, right?
Yeah, we gotta. It's on us first and foremost to put out the best product.
True.
And then secondly, after that, to get it somewhere, you know?
It's hard now, though, because there's such an overabundance in music. Like, you could go, like, the YouTube beats we were talking about. You could go on YouTube or SoundCloud right now, put in instrumentals, and then listen to instrumentals for days.
Exactly.
You could not listen to mainstream rap for a month, and next thing you know, you miss, like, 3 albums.
Exactly.
So it's really hard because it's so overpopulated in this musical community. I think people are forgetting that, hey, you don't have to look all the way out there. You could do right here and be fine.
Right. No, that's a good point. It's also a good thing because, like, you think about it and you're like, there's just so much music. How are you supposed to be successful? How are you supposed to... But if you look at it, how many artists do you know who have over $1 million? You know a bunch of fucking artists who have a shit ton of money. So if there's that many, and if you think you're better than them, then you know that's a good chance for you to. It's good because the more people there are doing it, the more people there are helping. So you know, the more artists, and there's gonna be more managers, more attorneys for music, more labels, more money altogether just going into it. So you know, it's a thing where it's like in the '90s there'd be less competition, but if you weren't recording at a studio, then then you're not blowing up. Now, I record everything from like piano to drums, bass, guitar. I record everything at my house.
It's definitely more accessible.
Exactly, it's like, at my house. I don't spend a dime on engineering. I don't spend a dime on on studio time.
I heard engineers are like $30 an hour. That gets expensive. Man.
Yeah,
it's expensive.
I went to school for a little bit for engineering, so I know exactly what I'm doing with that. So that's a plus. So I don't have to pay anyone to do that. It's just more time.
That's a big thing they don't teach you. If you have the knowledge how to do something, you really don't need the degree to do it.
Yeah, I don't.
That's the thing. It's like a lot of people, it can't just be the knowledge. You have to have a hookup.
Exactly.
So it's like if you know somebody that's like, look, I know this job that you could do. It's easy. They're looking for people. And all it is sitting at a desk and taking in calls. But it pays you here $20 an hour. It's like usually you would not have been able to get that job, but since this one person knows you, and that really applies to everything in life.
Yeah, and that's another reason like why like the music from me like may take a little longer. It's not that the fact that like I haven't done it. It's just the fact that I'm trying to do the production part, perfect that, the vocals, perfect that.
Nipsey Hussle says it's a marathon, not a race.
Oh man, exactly. Word to Nipsey, man.
Yeah.
And then after that, the editing is probably the most strenuous part, is what I'd have to legit say, because it's not creative,
Yeah.
It's fun making the music, and it's fun like doing the words or the lyrics, and it's fun like recording, doing all that. But as soon as you have to edit, bro, and do,
that's where it's a standstill.
Yeah, all that engineering it's stressful just because it's not creative at all. It's almost just straight business, and it's kind of like how you feel about the song, which someone else maybe like, this needs more bass, this needs more of this, this needs more hi-hat, turn the bass down, turn the snare up a little bit, turn
and
the
then it just
up.
becomes a bunch of like nitpicking and stuff.
Exactly. So and it's never perfect. That's the thing. It's never perfect, no matter what. You do it one way, and you'll say it's perfect, and someone will come along and do it a completely different way, and that's their version of it, and they're both good.
Yeah.
But it's there's no algorithm to how to do this.
That's the best way to put it. It's like,
when it comes to...
There ain't no 2 + 2 isn't 4. It's like you could like something now, hate it tomorrow,
exactly,
and then love it in 2 years.
I've edited songs that I have to listen to and re-edit every day for a week until I say, you know what, this is good enough. I'll have someone else listen to it. I'll have Miles or...
You ever trash anything out of frustration? Like,
bro,
you know what?
I've trashed things out of... lack of creativity.
Yeah.
That's probably the only thing that I've trashed. If I have too hard of a time like editing, I'll say fuck it. I'll send it to Casey because he's better at editing things than I am. But I've trashed things with like just lack of creativity.
Yeah.
Not with if I know it's good, because I've had songs that I know are good that I can't make sound good.
Yeah.
With like after editing, I can't make them sound good. But I know this is a good song, so that's when I'll just send it to Casey.
Yeah.
But if something just sounds like it's just another song that you're gonna hear,
it's like comedians. It's like when they get a joke, but they're like, "That was a cheap joke." That's
exactly.
I'm a comedian.
It's a good joke, right?
Jokes.
But it's not. It's a joke you've probably heard before.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I have a song that sounds like some shit that you've heard before, it may be the hottest of that, or it may not. But it's not it's not creative. It's not. It's kind of just...
You gotta hold it yourself to a level and refuse to lower that level for anything.
There you go. I couldn't have said it any better. It's kind of like I said. Like, you have to be yourself, especially when it comes to making the music. They want to hear you.
Yeah.
And what you have to say.
I find people a lot more forgiving when you're being yourself and you're just like jumping out there like, look, this is me. Take it how it is. People are a lot more forgiving on that, and rather than like 2 months down the line, they find out, oh. So this dude really, he ain't even playing the trumpet. It's just guitar and drums.
Right.
I've been talking about the trumpet for 2 months.
Exactly. So the thing almost telling off of that is like if something lacks creativity, you're almost... What I'm trying to say is like you're just kind of taking someone else's creativity. Like you can make a song and accidentally make a song. There, like, do you know what I mean?
Use like that rhyme scheme.
Exactly.
Right,
so I've made songs on guitar that I come back and I'm just like, oh, so I just made another Maroon 5 song. That's fucking great. Yeah. So it's just like if no one's ever had like a prolific career, been a superstar off of taking someone else's creativity. They've never even like Kanye, for example. I love Kanye. He's my favorite artist ever. But
I have a lot of people have a lot to say about Kanye, but as far as here, I'll let you go and then I'll say the
as what I was saying is that as far as like creativity, because people will always question his creativity, because he samples a lot. But the thing is, if you listen, like I'll just say like Late Registration, for example. If you listen to like the samples this man took, and okay, let's just say It's Too Late.
Yeah. A lot of them. Oh, there was one where
by Otis Redding, he sampled and it's called Gone. So you take
that's what I was thinking right now.
Yeah,
Gone,
exactly. You take an Otis Redding song and nigga, you're putting Cameron and Consequence on this song. Like, are you kidding me? And you're gonna make this and you're putting strings on this. If you listen to the Otis Redding song, it's just piano. And then you listen to Kanye's song, it's fucking 808s, strings, horns, synths. It's everything. Like you took a song from 1967 into 2005 at the time, and it has a million. Like, you know what I mean? And it's still gold. Like
he's a person that if you listen, musicians, like artists, they don't talk bad about Kanye. It might be like he didn't need to do that, he didn't need to, like, but they don't talk bad about his music at all because they all know the effort and extent. And with Kanye, I think he's just doing a lot for people that he doesn't know now, that people don't understand now. Like his clothes, how they look like they're straight out of Book of Eli.
Yeah.
If he can sell clothes that look like that for $1,000 to $12,000, do you know what that means? Now we can sell anything we want, really. We can make clothes look original as fuck. Because before then, it was just like, okay, it didn't look like this, it didn't look like Mark Echo, it didn't look like Ed Hardy, I don't really see where you're going with that. But now, it's like you open up more pathways for people.
Now, the thing is that that's probably been the best take I've ever seen or I've ever heard on the fashion when it comes to Kanye stuff. People just want to be closed-minded.
Yeah.
Niggas don't know. Like, if it doesn't look like fucking Diamond or like Obey, then it's fucking stupid to somebody. It's dumb. Like, people can't open up their minds to anything. People can't see any other way than the way that is. Like, and
this idea kept PacSun, Industrial, all those places open because they got those Obey shirts, the bombshells back in the day, stuff like that.
Yeah, so if it's not like that,
no disrespect to them.
Yeah,
because I used to buy it myself. But
no, I completely feel you. No disrespect at all. But like, people can't open up their mind from like that's what thinking out the box is. And sometimes you're gonna fail. Yeah. Sometimes you're gonna prosper. But that's what all about. Like, thinking outside the box is you're doing something different. And people don't understand that just because they're not creative. And those are the people that are going to be doing the same shit that millions and trillions and billions of other people are doing at the same time, you know, with their lives. So
with anything in your life, if you can open up a box for somebody else so that they have more potential, then I'm saying I would assume that your life is going pretty good and you're doing what you can with it.
Exactly.
Kanye did try to take the Confederate flag and try to like make it so synonymous with his name. So he's like, when people see the Confederate flag, they'll think Kanye and not about the racism and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I understand where you're going.
Yeah. Even if
maybe a little bit later, but
even if you don't agree with it, you can still appreciate the fact that you're thinking out of the box.
Yeah.
Like Tyler the Creator, it takes the like gay pride flag and puts it on the shirt and says, you know what, I like this because I like colors. Like, you know, if you're thinking out of the box and you're just not being...
I like colors.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see that.
Yeah, I like colors.
I like colors, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're doing that and you're thinking outside the box, even if it's not successful, even if it doesn't work, even if people don't fuck with it, I will always appreciate art and creativity at the end of the day, even if it fails, you know? So that's really how I feel about all that, especially with the Kanye fashion stuff. Out of the box.
Damn, that is that was some powerful shit right there. So I think we're gonna have to start closing it up on that.
Do it.
So of course, this is Az126. We got J Reid, J Reid Prime. That's my bad. Of Prime Society. If you could tell them where they could find you, where they could follow you.
I mean, you can go to @J Reid Prime on Twitter, Prime Society. music.com, soundcloud.com/Prime Society, or just search it in Prime Society. We're gonna have a lot of like shirts coming out. Definitely new music coming out. Of course, I have an album coming out.
Oh yeah, what's the name of that?
I think I'm gonna name it. Actually, let's keep that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna keep that. So we'll see. But yeah, that's definitely something that's coming out on the way. A lot of new shows. We're gonna be getting out of state, performing at some festivals, doing a lot more interviews, getting around, trying to just do me,
Gotta stay busy too.
Exactly.
Yeah. The end game for this thing is I want to eventually meet enough artists that I could have start at least a charity festival or something like that. Man. Like in Tempe, Phoenix, like a benefit concert. Yeah. All you need is about 7-8 people, but eventually it'll come. It's one day at a time, man.
Yeah.
And with that, we out. All right, y'all.
Peace.